Good afternoon. Well, yeah, it is good afternoon, guys. So another video for you guys today. I thought I would do this video talking about the inghams. So I made an offer to the inghams, and I'm gonna make this offer. Like, I'm willing to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm willing to stop, posting comments on the videos. I'm willing to stop putting, posting comments on the TikTok videos that Sarah puts out there. I'm willing to stop. Emailing to stop with the emails. But, and there is a but, I will only stop doing that when they take their hits off social media. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing until they take their hits off social media. It's as simple as that. Let's put it this way. If they took their hits off social media tomorrow, I would never contact them again. I wouldn't contact them again. I'd never post any comments on their videos again. I'd never, harass them again. If they took their heads off tomorrow, that'd be the end of it, basically. I wouldn't harass them anymore. As I'd have no reason to harass them, really, would I? If they took their heads off social media, I'd have no reason to keep harassing them. I'm not condoning what I'm doing, like what I've done, and obviously the way I've treated Chris and Sarah, and I would never condone that. But if I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to, to make, to prove a point, I guess. Obviously I'm never going to sit here and condone, what I'm doing and say that what I'm doing is fair or okay or is right. Because it's not. I know it's not right what I'm doing, but I'm doing it for good reasons. It's just disgusting. What they're doing. And so it's like, the real issue here, right? The real issue here is that Chris and Sarah don't like the fact that not everyone is willing to worship around they walk on. Not everyone is willing to defend them all the time. They can't, the problem with them is that they've always been unable to handle, any sort of criticism. They can't handle being told they're in the wrong for anything. And I've always said that if people can't handle that, if people can't handle being criticised for anything or being told that they're in the wrong for anything, then they shouldn't be doing social media. And I'm sure that a lot of people would agree with that point. That if they can't handle criticism or they can't handle being told they're in the wrong, don't do social media. It really is that simple. It makes me laugh how Chris and Sarah think that, them taking it hits off social media would be giving in to the haters and letting the haters win, because it shouldn't. At the end of the day, them taking it hits off social media, it shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be about letting the haters win or giving in to the haters, and they shouldn't see it like that. It makes me laugh that they see them taking it hits off social media as giving in to the haters and letting the haters win. It's not about doing that. It's about doing the right thing. But it's about protecting the kids and keeping the kids safe. And I'll say this with I'll say this with I'll say this because it's true. Chris and Sarah don't give a fuck about their kids, and they've never given a fuck about their kids. All they care about is the money and the views. That's all they care about. It's like, that's why they won't take their kids off social media. It's like, why would they take their kids off social media when they're still making a shite ton of money? So that's what's always going to come first. Always going to come first. Money is always going to come first. The money and views are always going to be Chris and Sarah's main priority in this situation. And I think that needs to be said. I think it's something that really does have to be said. I guess because it's true. And I think that's the point that I'm trying to make, nonetheless. I honestly don't have a problem with, Chris and Sarah in particular. No, I don't have a problem with it. But I do have a problem with the way that Chris and Sarah treat their kids most of the time. You know, I do have an issue with the way that, with the way that Chris and Sarah are treating their kids like performing monkeys and cash cows. Because that's exactly the way they are treating them. And it's wrong. I'm sorry, but it is. It's wrong. And I'll say that as much as I have to. I'm perfectly willing to say that what they're doing is wrong because it is wrong. Like, I would never condone what they're doing. I would never condone what they're doing and say that what they're doing is right. Because it's not right at all. But yeah, that's my final. Any decent parent would jump on that offer, wouldn't they? Take it his off social media and then they would get harassed again. That's all they've got to do. They want this harassment to end, and they don't want me to contact them ever again. That's all they've got to do. All they've got to do is take his off social media, and I would never harass them again. I would never contact them again. I would never post comments on their TikTok videos again. I would never do anything again. I wouldn't target them again because I'd have no reason to do that. And I just feel like this really does need to be said. But yeah, as I said, that's my final offer. I'm willing to stop harassing them, but they have to take it hits off social media. Until then, I'm not gonna stop doing this, and I'm not, I will keep doing this, for as long as it takes, I will keep, I'll keep going, I'll keep posting videos about them, I'll keep harassing them every day for as long as it takes. I don't care what people think of, what people think of me anymore. I don't really give a damn what people think of me anymore. I'm not bothered. Necessarily about whether people think I'm a decent person or not. I don't care, I know that, at least I give a damn about those kids, which is more than can be said about Chris and Sarah. Chris and Sarah wouldn't give a damn about their kids, and they never have given a damn about them. They never have given a damn about their kids, and they never will give a damn about their kids. And that much is, basically the truth, people are not going to silence me. People are not going to stop me from speaking the truth. I'm not someone that's going to be silenced. I'm not someone that, people are not going to stop me from speaking the truth about these two bloody morons who are basically exploiting their kids every single day for money, which is exactly what they're doing. Whether people choose to admit that or not. I don't really care whether people think, if people want to try and deny that. Because these days, do people really think they're making themselves look good, trying to defend Chris and Sarah? Because they're not making themselves look good at all, they're making themselves look shameful and pathetic. Like, that's the god honest truth here, is they're making themselves look shameful and pathetic, trying to defend Chris and Sarah. Because there is no defending what they're doing. And the fact that, and it's like what I was saying in my video the other day. People always attack me for the things I say. But I don't think that some people really actually understand the point I'm trying to make. I honestly don't think that that some people are intelligent enough to understand that. People are not intelligent enough to understand why I have an issue with what they do, or why I don't like what they do, or why I'm against what they do. I think people need to get a better understanding of why I'm against them and why I'm against what they do. But I don't think people understand that, really. I don't think people understand why I'm so against what they do. Like, I feel like I have good reasons for why I'm against what they do. I think a lot of people have good reasons for being against what they do. There's no law that says that people have to like inghams or like what they do. There's no law that says that everyone must worship the sacred ground that the inghams walk on. you know, there's no laws that's, that say, it's like, according to the iFam, Chris and Sarah are never in the wrong for anything. But that's absolute bullshit. There are times where they have been in the wrong. But the iPhone would never admit that. It's like this bit, this business with the allegations. It's always disgusted me the way that people chose to take Chris's side, in this. They're the ones that are in the wrong. The fact that people took, they're the people that took Chris's side over these allegations, and we need to believe that he didn't do anything. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, why would that girl lie? Why would that girl lie and say that Chris had done something when he didn't? Yeah, Chris has denied it. But what people need to think about, right, what we need to think about is the fact that Chris has never done to actually come on camera and admit that he actually did what he did. Chris was always going to deny what he did. That is what these YouTubers do. They never these YouTubers, they're never gonna admit to doing what they did because it would ruin them completely. So of course they're gonna deny what they did. Of course they're gonna deny every allegation that's made against them. Whenever an allegation is made against a YouTuber, do you ever actually see a YouTuber admit the truth, admit to being in the wrong? Do you ever see a YouTuber admit to doing what they've been accused of? Because most YouTubers deny what they've been accused of and deny all of the allegations that are made against them. Because they know how bad things would get for them if they actually admit to doing what they did. So of course they're gonna deny that. And Chris Ingham is no different to that. Of course he's gonna deny doing what he did. And say that he didn't do anything. Because why would he want to admit that? Why would he want to admit to doing what he did? Because he knows how damaging that would be if he did admit to it. He knows how, imagine if he was to actually admit to it. Imagine how shocked, the iFam would be, considering they've defended him for the past 8 years and denied that he ever did what he did. So they would actually be shocked if he was to come out and admit to doing what he did. You knew straight away, you knew he was, before, after those allegations came out, you knew he was going to post a video saying he didn't do what he did, or what he was alleged, he didn't do what it was claimed that he did. But I think we all know that Chris did do what he did. I think, we all know it's the truth. I mean, Sussex police have confirmed that. All these iFam that are defending him, have they ever actually done any research into this? Have they ever actually looked at this properly? Of course they think, of course they're gonna defend Chris every time, when he says he didn't do what he was accused of doing. I mean, Chris has never done to admit to doing what he did, but people are always going to defend him for that and say, defend him. This is what people don't realise, is that YouTubers will never admit to doing what they were alleged to have done. They will never admit to being in the wrong. YouTubers love denying stuff. Whenever an allegation is made against them, they love having the opportunity to deny everything. Because that's what these YouTubers do. They will try and deny it, they try to deny everything. And, that's a point that has to be made. That's a point that has to be made. If you otherwise said, "Oh, shit bad," then I was on the arm on the chair. It's just craziness. Pure craziness to, there's so many circumstances. I just don't know what to say. I really don't. I am honestly at a loss for words. At the way that people defend Chris and Sarah. Now, as I said, I'm not condoning what I did. I'm not condoning the fact that I say that I've been harassing them for weeks. I'm not denying the fact that I've been sending them threatening emails or anything like that. Yeah, I've denied sending threats to the kids. But the reason I'm denying that is because I genuinely did not do it. I genuinely have not sent any threats to harm those kids. If they've had threats of that nature threatening to harm the kids, then yeah, then no, they've not come from me. You know, I have no as I've said in previous videos, I've got absolutely no reason to want to harm the kids in any particular way. I've got no reason to want to hurt those kids. You know, I'm always sticking up for them, you know, when I post my videos, I'm always sticking up for them and saying that what the parents are doing is wrong. So why would I want to harm those kids? You know, yeah, people defend Chris and Sarah as much as they like, doesn't make them right. I know that a lot of the iFans think they're right, but most of the time they're not. You know, most of the time they're basically, most of the time they're completely and utterly wrong. You know, it makes me laugh the way that some people, you know, the lengths that some people are willing to go to try and defend Chris and Sarah and say they're doing nothing wrong. You know, it's like there's no lengths that the iFan won't go to try and prove how innocent Chris and Sarah are. But they're not the innocent people they're made out to be. And they've never been innocent. They've never been innocent, the innocent people they're made out to be at all. You know, all they do is lie. A lot of the, you know, all they do is lie. I mean, obviously they've not lied about the death threats or anything like that, but they have been known to lie about a lot of things in the past. You know, they've certainly lied about the amount of emails. Sarah certainly lied about the amount of emails I was sending. Because I wasn't sending anywhere near the amount of emails that Sarah claimed I was sending, but, you know, it's like, I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. You know, their views are crap these days. Like, most of the time they can't even get above 50k views on a vlog. And this is a channel that has over 1.3 million subscribers. You know, it's like, you know, the problem with Chris and Sarah is they are in serious denial. You know, they don't want to give up YouTube because I think they rely on YouTube a lot more, on the income that actually comes from YouTube a lot more than they've said they do. Because they've said so many times that they could quit tomorrow and they can afford to do that. You know, they can afford to quit YouTube tomorrow if they wanted to. You know, and that they don't, you know, they've said so many times that they don't rely on the income that comes from you, on the money they make from YouTube. So, you know, I mean, you know what was funny, right? It was the vlog that they uploaded the other night. They made a right fuck up because the title of the vlog said shopping with friends, but the thumbnail says solo shopping, and I was like, so which is it then? Is it shopping with friends or is it solo shopping? You know, half the time I don't even think Sarah and Chris realise the mistakes they make. I mean, surely that mistake with the thumbnail when they're done on notice, the fact that, you know, the title, you know, I'm surprised that nobody even noticed that. The fact that the title of the vlog said shopping with friends, and the title and the thumbnail said solo shopping. I mean, that's a bit of a fuck up there, isn't it? You know, the thing that I think is really killed their channel off is the constant bragging and showing off. Like, that's basically what their channel has become these days. It's just them constantly bragging and showing off every 5 minutes. You know, and I can't stand people who feel the need to brag and show off and put on all these heads and races. And I'm not going to single the inghams out for this, because I know that a lot of YouTubers do. There are a lot of YouTubers that do brag and show off quite a lot. And the inghams are one of those, and the inghams are well known for that. You know, amongst other family vloggers. I mean, even Family Fizz, all they do is brag and show off now. You know, I used to actually have a lot of respect for Family Fizz, but I just can't stand the constant bragging and showing off. Like, that's all you see with them now. You know, it's like, you know, there's one thing that inghams and Family Fizz have in common, and that is that they're only doing YouTube for money. You know, it's very clear to see that Georgie and Darren Fizz are only doing YouTube for the money. It's very clear to see that Chris and Sarah Ingham are only doing YouTube for the money. And the Honey Jolie's, Anna and Jonathan, they fit in that bracket as well, as they're only doing YouTube for money. You know, if these family vloggers weren't making money, do people really think they'd still be doing YouTube? Because I think we all know they wouldn't still be doing YouTube if they were still making money, if they weren't making any money out of that. You know, if they weren't making any money out of that, they'd be gone. You know, that's why they're still doing YouTube, because of the fact that they're still making money from that. Yeah, their views is shit, but while they're still making a decent ton of money, they're not gonna stop. You know, they'll only stop when YouTube decide to do the right thing and demonetize all of the family vlogging channels and stop all of these family vlogging channels, or shall I say these family vloggers, from being able to make money off of their children and exploit their children in a number of different ways. You know, it's just ridiculous the lengths that some of these families are willing to go to try and defend Chris and Sarah. You know, I mean, obviously, all those two do is brag and show up constantly, and it's what their channel has become. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, and I will shame the inghams as much as I want to. You know, I'm not gonna stop harassing them every day. I'm gonna keep doing it until they do the right thing. You know, I won't stop until they stop treating it as like performing monkeys and hash cows. That's what those children are. Those children are basically Chris and Sarah's little performing monkeys and little hash cows. You know, but they have to perform every single day, including birthdays and Christmases. They don't even get a break from the cameras on their birthdays or at Christmas, and that's the worst thing about it. You know, especially for the younger three, like the younger three don't even get a break from the cameras even on their birthdays and Christmas. Their parents are still standing there filming them with a bloody camera the whole time. You know, it's ridiculous. Those younger three kids, they can't go, well, especially Jason and Mila. It seems like they can't go anywhere or do anything without their parents standing there filming them with a camera. I mean, the poor kids can't even eat their dinner without their parents standing there filming them. You know, it's like they don't get a break from the cameras. They have no escape from the cameras. They have no, it's like they'll never know a life that doesn't revolve around the cameras and being filmed every day. Chris and Sarah will never allow them to know a life that doesn't revolve around that, because they don't want their kids to know a life that doesn't revolve around that. You know, and this is what my issue is here, and people don't understand why I get so wound up. Well, they're so wound up with things like this. Well, there are good reasons why I get wound up with things like this. You know, there are perfectly good reasons for why I have a problem with things like this and why I'm so against it. You know, and people, people need to stop trying to fight back until they understand the point I'm trying to make. This is the problem. People try to fight me when I say that I don't agree with the younger three being filmed. But I don't even think they even understand the point I'm trying to make. So what's the point in people trying to fight back when they probably don't even understand the point I'm trying to make in the first place? You know, the one thing that rings true with a large majority of the IFAM is that they lack intelligence. And I will say that as much as I want to, because it's true. So I said what I needed to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. I'll see you for another one very, very soon. Bye bye guys, have a good day.